Greetings YouTube, this is Mordred here, coming at you with the next episode of my Monster Hunter series. I just got back from my 9 to 5 and I'm currently recording an episode to come out during my next shift tomorrow. And this is going to be a short video. Sorry, it's been a long day. So I'm going to film just the next main quest, and that's about it, because I also have a Persona 3 video to do. And as such, this is again going to be a shorter video. I'm probably only going to be awake for another couple hours, I think. And so I need to get these filmed, edited, and uploaded before I actually go to sleep. As such, these are, again, mostly short. I'm pretty much just going to do the main quest here. For the Persona 3 video, I'm going to do maybe a single hour of grinding that I'll then cut in half through speed ups. But as such, I'm not going to be able to make up for my last video that it was planned to be about 3 hours long, and Monster Hunter really ticking me off with and screwing me over with quest generation until Monday, where I will attempt to do a couple long videos for Monster Hunter and Persona 3. You'll need to equip it from the item box. They're used just like any regular item, but their effects only last for a limited amount of time. If the generic casing stops working, don't worry, it'll recharge after a while. I mentioned this in a previous video, but the main quests and pretty much every quest actually has a set spot where the monster will spawn for that quest, unless it's an expedition. But investigations, your optional quest, your main quest, they're all guaranteed to spawn in the same spot, which causes their AI to normally play out very, very similarly during the period of a quest. Like, for this specific main quest, the Tobi Kadachi's always going to spawn right here at this tree trunk. Sinister Shadows of the Swamp, the Juratotus is always going to spawn in that section of the swamp. You can hit the Thunderblade. Be careful. It gets stabbed more easily now. There's no place to hide around here. Time to try it. There's no place to hide around here. Time to try out your tuning, Ansel. Apologies if I'm not talking much, but way tired. So that's how that works. Okay. Oof.
Our mini canteen here serves food that will give you a boost for the hunt ahead. Once one of your specialized tools has expired, let it go. After it recharges, you can use it again.
Yeah, Slinger bursts with strong ammo types are kind of stupid powerful. See, next is Anjanath, I think. Do I want... think... I think I'm going to use one of the bow guns for the Anjanath fight. Probably light bow gun if I can get... I can't get a rapid fire piercing, but I think I can get a light bow gun that has piercing ammo. and with how big Anjanath is, piercing weapons are really good with them for Anjanath fights. If I can't get a a light bow gun that has piercing, I'll probably go with
You're just the awesomest.
one of the bone heavy bow guns,
Come see me. Got an urgent quest.
because their wyvern snipe is kind of busted.
Getting bigger all the time.
I cannot wait until I can get 2 of them. So, but still herbs, fertilizer up. Yep.
Let's get the letter. Hurry back now.
That would be more item types. But yeah, I love my my bow guns. Honestly, probably more than I like my damn tanky builds. I like, but bow guns are those weapons where if you're going for something, if you're not going for an OP build, it's just you're either good with bow guns or not good with bow guns. Do I have any rapid pierce? Nope. If I'm not getting rapid pierce, then I want as much power on my piercing ammo as possible. So let's go heavy bowgun. Pierce ammo 1, 2. The Pookae has pierce ammo 1 and 2. I think that's pierce ammo 1. Let's see. In fact, if you're using a bow gun or a bow, I'd actually recommend going for bone, unless you just really like wyvern heart. Then I would recommend going for ore. But at the same time, so let's take the. Let's take normal bow as an example. With the iron bow, you have 96 attack, close range, and power coatings. Hunter's bow 1, you got 120 attack, close range coatings, paralysis, and poison coatings. You've got pretty much 3 ways to play bow. You've got close range raw power, close range elemental power, and semi long range to long range status effect. Now, your close range coatings are infinite. You don't have to worry about that. Your power coatings, your paralysis, poison, sleep, blast, the rest of them, those are finite in amount. You only have so many shots with them. Now, if you want, there's 2 ways to use coatings except for close range coatings. And that is charging every shot to the max for efficiency, or just pumping out shots rapidly in order to get DPS over efficiency. As such, that really depends on how you want to play it. I normally go elemental close range fighting, so I don't care about efficiency. I care about DPS and power. So like if I was using a bow right now, I would have already made a aqua arrow, and I'd be using that to farm for a pulsar bow that I would then use on the Anja. However, I'm going heavy bowgun with the bone shooter, and so I want my pulsar shooter for my affinity, my no deviation, which would be really, really nice, and the 180 attack with the wyvern snipe. And there are a couple ways you can modify that are really, let's call it, effectively. So the pulsar, I'm going to go for piercing, because that's the way I like to play my heavy bowgun, especially the ones that have wyvern snipe to piercing. So I would probably go for power barrel, which enhances my piercing damage and boosts my stun and exhaust effects. If you were going normal and just using normal 1, 2, and 3, you would go long barrel along with ranged attack up. However, and there's a final way that is just adding in shields. I don't think that's a proper way to play a bowgun. I mean, you can do it. I mean, it certainly works, and it's broken broken. I just don't think that's a proper way to play it. However, because I need more Tobi-Kadachi parts, I'm gonna go hunt another Tobi-Kadachi.
New products in stock.
Arowana bait. And here is piercing ammo. And I'm gonna buy a crap ton of piercing ammo. Let's get 1,000 pierce ammo 1. Now that I'm starting to fight big monsters, piercing ammo is just really, really nice. And there's one primary way to make piercing ammo. And actually, can I grow that? Yet, at least.
You're the best for real.
Latch berries. Yes, I can. Holy crap. I'm gonna switch those herbs for those latch berries for now. So, in order to make Pierce Ammo 1, you just need latch berries. And then you can combine that with gunpowder to make higher piercing ammo. But the thing is, on Piercing Ammo 1, you only really need Piercing Ammo 1 in the early game. Piercing Ammo 2 and 3 is just nice. In fact, what's really nice about bowgun with Pierce is actually just how much damage it does to large monsters when you line up your shots right. Like the final boss of the base game world, the Xeno'jiiva, is a massive, massive beast. And piercing ammo, it does massive amounts of damage. Like, holy crap, low levels of damage. In fact, you'll actually see when I get there, because I'm going to use a heavy bowgun with wyvern, a heavy bone bowgun with wyvern snipe for that fight. Because if you manage to land a wyvern snipe on the Xeno'jiiva, you're going to do some stupid damage. But in fact, this is actually how I play most of my characters. Actually, I use, my primary weapon is normally the lance. That's just my thing in most cases. However, that's only my primary weapon, the one I use the most. I'm best with bowguns, because I make some really, really powerful builds with bowguns. I have used other builds for inspiration, but I normally tend to do unusual, or either unusual or just flat out meta builds with bowguns. And it's not even because I enjoy the meta builds, it's because I'm really, really good with bowgun. Good enough that I actually enjoy using meta builds on them, because I'm really good with the weapon, and so I don't mind using stuff that's meta with it, because it just makes what I'm already doing more efficient.
The heavy bowgun is a high-powered range weapon. Does a lot of damage unless you use more powerful ammo.
Yes, it is. You're also really slow unless you have Evade Extender. Evade Extender on heavy bowgun is a massive quality of life thing. It's honestly a bit stupid. Let's see if I remember right. The high level version of this quest normally has this. Where's Life Berries? Customize radio menu, quest settings. That. Go down the shortcut 2. Go to crafting. Crafting all pierce ammo. Yep. And I think I just got a Tokidachi investigation. I think he's going this way.
You can switch to your slinger while aiming your weapon.
Son of a bitch. Oh, I did not mean to say that. I'm going to have to leave that little bit out. Come on. There we go. Ah, sweet. As I said, Wyvern Snipe is where the damage is at with the heavy bowgun. Come on, get on my cat. Get on my cat. I love the super criticals with that scope when you, especially when you have a party. If you have a guy with the shield who has the skill that causes them to attract increased hate, and you have the super critical state mod on your bowgun, you're going to do some damn damage. How long has this video been going? 40 minutes? I might have time to... I should have time to do Anjanath. I didn't plan on this going as long as it is, but not only am I not talking much, but it's going by faster than I thought. Especially now that I'm using a heavy bowgun. This thing's damage is massive. Which actually, one of the things that I'd advise you to do is
The fifth. Come see me. Got an urgent quest.
although I would advise you to learn, or to be precise, to master one or two, maybe three of the weapons in the game.
Hold nothing back. Okay.
Even if not
To wrap up defending the base.
a really good master, but just decent to get good at 2 or 3 weapons. But learn the basics, at least, of every weapon. It will make you a much more well-rounded hunter. Like, I know the basics of, well, let's see, I'm good with the bow. I'm really good with the bow, both of the bow guns. I haven't really used much of the Kensec glaive, but I know I will be later for the looked him up a couple videos ago. The one that has to be fought elementally, the Echelon Judgment. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. I never can. I'm halfway decent with the lance. I'm decent with the great sword. I'm decent with the long sword. I'm good with the sword and shield. I'm halfway decent with the hammer, with dual swords. I'm actually good with the switch axe. The only two weapons that I can say that I'm not actually good with or decent with are the hunting horn and the charge blade. Yeah, charge blade. Outside of that, I am pretty much decent with every single weapon type in the game. At the same time, I am also, I normally tend to use bowguns, bows, or lances. Because those are my favorite weapons.
We got this.
And when I say lances, I mean both normal lance and gun lance. The gun lance being my absolute favorite weapon in the game. And actually, there's a little trick I'm gonna do in the Anjanath hunt. You might have actually seen it in one of Rurikon's videos as he was reviewing Asmongold's Return to World playthrough. As he finally picked up given he finally picked up Monster Hunter for it. As soon as that the as soon as the Anjanath cutscene is over, although in the cutscene, I'm gonna let this play out so I can show you. But is after the cutscene rock is dropped, and if you the cutscene version of that giant rock is dropped, but the actual game version is not. If you manage to knock it off fast enough, it is entirely possible for you to drop it on him right here. He's not there. And I mistimed it. Oh well.
It's got you trapped. Wait for a chance to escape. You're bound to get one.
Hey, grab that scatter nut. That might come in useful in a minute. And there is one way I've actually used the Gilly Mantle before, in ways that you really probably shouldn't be considered using it. Sneak attacks. Really? Through the freaking tree? Wyvern snipes do massive, massive damage. If you're not using your Wyvern snipe and you're using a bow, a heavy bow gun, a bone-based heavy bow gun at least, you're playing it wrong. Pretty sure he's going to sleep, which means I will be able to get that massive super crit again. Which those are actually doing the vast majority of my damage. Hello, Rathalos. Damn. Doesn't matter. I can wait for it to recharge. I don't mind just sitting here and waiting for it to recharge. Hmm.
Dodge their attacks. You don't want to take hits like that head on. Oh, my Gilly Mantle's up. And my... See, this is what I like using my Gilly Mantle for. Before they, especially if I'm in a... And if I'm using a heavy bow gun. Come on, turn this way. With the heavy bow gun, Gilly Mantles, well, with bone-based heavy bow guns, the Gilly Mantles are really, really good. Simply because of just how much it increases your, how many chances it gives you to land your Wyvern Snipe. Like right there, it probably cut down my time needed to kill him by an extra 30 seconds to a minute. So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna check my smithy stuff, and then after I check the smithy, I'll cut this video and start editing. It's about an hour real time. I don't know exactly how much is going to be cut down by speeding up the actual combat and stuff. I just got a plate. What the... That's lucky as heck. And a new upgrade level is now available for armor. That means I can upgrade my armor pieces even higher. Which means more armor spheres grinding. But also more defense.
Gather round, people. All our preparations. That's one less when will Zora reach the Great Ravine.
Precisely.
Good. Let's run through the operation. Our hunters will rendezvous on. We've built 2 barriers. Your objective is to stop it at the. However, there is a chance it will. During this phase, make sure you hammer it as much as possible with cannons and ballista. They're there for a reason.
Affirmative, sir.
Technicians, make sure you do a final check on the equipment before we begin. Yes, sir. Quartermasters, conduct an inventory on our supplies. Researchers, proceed to the Great Ravine with your escort as soon as you're ready. We can't bring our quarry back to base, so take what you need and be prepared to conduct your research on site.
Don't worry, Commander.
Everything will be in order.
Keep your ears open during the operation. May the Sapphire Star light your way. Dismissed.
The big moment is finally here. I'm shaking up a storm here. How about you?
There is one specific piece of advice I'll give you for the upcoming quest, the Zora Magdaros. Because the first half of the quest is essentially just hauling cannonballs. Make the Kulu gloves. Increases movement speed while transporting and reduces downtime on landings. That is going to speed up the first half of the battle by about half again. And if you are using primarily bow guns, I would actually recommend getting bow guns or bow. I would actually recommend getting the Anja gloves for the special ammo boost. And if you're using bow guns instead of the alloy greaves, I'd recommend getting the artillery to increase your your gun lance shells, and your Wyvern's fire cooldown be reduced by 15%. That's a massive increase for one level. You need a flame sack, but I mean, you can always just kill more Anjas if you don't have it. And if you're using a bow, where is it? Oh, if you're using a thunder weapon, and if you're using an elemental based weapon for the vast majority of the time you are, grab a Kodachi coil. That thunder attack, that's an extra 30 element. That's gonna be nice. And you can also get evade extender, increase evaded distance. But the thing is, that's stuff you can do. It's also not stuff you have to do. That's 30 points. No. At rarity 3. Here's ammo 1. Honestly, I'd prefer to keep my 10% crit over 30 damage, but the DV. What's my recoil? Recoil plus piercing ammo 1, recoil plus 2, piercing ammo 1 plus. Oh, wow. Okay. However, because I'm going to be using a bow for a little while, I might actually end up placing the legs. If you're using a bow or a bow gun, you don't need speed sharpening. And given I'm going to be using a bow for a little while, let's see. Sticky ammo, but I'm not using that. There's not really anything I wanted to use for there. The Kulu Lance is actually not bad, but it does end up dying off. Like early game, it's nice, but save your materials because late game, it dies. And if you're using a sword and a shield, the sword is primarily element. So once you can make an, but you can't get your elements yet. You can get your water, but you can't get a lightning, your thunder, because you can't get that top material right there. You can make your Jagger's Edge, so once you can get it, you can get your like electric sword, but let's see, customized bow gun, get my special scope, get my ranged attack up. So I'm going to end this video here, and I'm going to start editing. This will go up on the 18th, probably about 8 o'clock. Oh. Anyways, I'll be seeing you guys in my next video. Have a nice day.